Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that your life has completely changed. Not by luck, not by magic, but because you made one powerful decision. The decision to take control. Most people spend their entire lives waiting for the perfect moment to begin. They say they will start when they feel ready, when things calm down, when fear disappears, when motivation arrives. But the truth is, that perfect moment never comes. Life does not reward those who wait. It rewards those who act. Right now, at this very moment, you are standing at a silent crossroads. One path leads to the same life you have always lived. The same routines, the same excuses, the same unrealized dreams. The other path leads toward growth, strength, confidence, and a version of yourself you have not even met yet. And the distance between those two paths is only one decision. Start today. Look at your life honestly. Ask yourself a question that most people are too afraid to ask. If nothing changes, where will I be 5 years from now? That question should shake you, because deep down, you already know the answer. If your habits stay the same, your future will stay the same. Success is not something that suddenly appears. It is something you build daily through small, often uncomfortable actions. The problem is that comfort is addictive. Your brain wants safety, predictability, and ease. It whispers, skip the workout today. Start tomorrow. 1 more hour of scrolling won't hurt. You deserve a break. And slowly, without realizing it, tomorrow turns into next week turns into next year, and one day you wake up wondering where all the time went. But here's the truth that can transform everything. Your life can change dramatically in just 90 days if you decide that average is no longer acceptable. 90 days is powerful because it is long enough to create real change, but short enough to stay focused. Think about it. 3 months from now will arrive whether you take action or not. The only question is, when that day comes, will you meet it as the same person or as someone stronger? The first step in this 90-day transformation is radical responsibility. Stop blaming your past. Stop blaming other people. Stop blaming circumstances you cannot control. Yes, life is unfair sometimes. Some people start ahead. Some get opportunities you never had. But listen carefully. Responsibility is not about fault. It is about power. The moment you say, my life is my responsibility, you take your power back. Victims wait. Leaders act. Understand that change is uncomfortable by nature. If it were easy, everyone would be living their dream life. Growth demands that you step into spaces where you feel unsure, where you might fail, where your old identity no longer fits. That discomfort is not a sign you are on the wrong path. It is proof you are evolving. For the next 90 days, you must become intentional with your time. Time is the only currency equally given to every human being, yet it is the most wasted resource on earth. Successful people are not given extra hours. They simply respect their hours more. Start noticing where your time actually goes. Those just 5 minutes on your phone often become an hour. That hour becomes 7 hours a week. That is over 350 hours a year, enough time to completely reinvent yourself. Winning your day begins the moment you wake up. Do not let the world program your mind before you even get out of bed. Instead of reaching for your phone, reach for purpose. Breathe deeply. Remind yourself that this day is another chance to move closer to the life you want. Create a morning routine that builds momentum. Wake up earlier than usual. Move your body even if it is just for a few minutes. And feed your mind something that makes you stronger instead of something that distracts you. There will be mornings when your bed feels warmer than your ambition. Get up anyway, because discipline is not about what feels good. It is about what moves you forward. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you will feel unstoppable, and other days you will question everything. If you depend on motivation, you will quit the moment it disappears. Discipline, however, carries you on the days motivation cannot. Every action you take is a vote for the person you are becoming. When you choose focus over distraction, you vote for success. When you choose growth over comfort, you vote for transformation. When you keep a promise to yourself, no matter how small, you build self-trust. And self-trust is the foundation of confidence. Many people believe confidence comes before action. It does not. Confidence is the result of repeated action. The more you show up, the more evidence you give your mind that you are capable. So stop waiting to feel confident. Start acting, and confidence will follow. During these 90 days, protect your energy fiercely. Not everyone deserves access to your dreams. Some people will project their fears onto you because your ambition reminds them of the risks they never took. Do not argue with them. Do not try to convince them. Just stay focused. Remember, lions do not lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. You must also become aware of your inner voice. Right now, there is a conversation happening inside your mind every single day. If that voice constantly says, "I am not good enough," "I always fail," "I can't change," then your behavior will reflect those beliefs. But the beautiful thing about the brain is that it listens to what you repeat. Start telling yourself a different story. Tell yourself, "I am improving every day. I do hard things. I finish what I start." At first, it may feel unnatural, but repetition creates belief. Let's be clear about something. This journey will not be perfect. You will have days when you slip back into old habits. Do not let one mistake become a full relapse. The difference between successful people and everyone else is not perfection. It is recovery speed. Fall down, learn, stand up faster, and continue forward. Another key to changing your life in 90 days is clarity. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. Define exactly what you want, not vaguely, clearly. Do you want better health, more discipline, financial growth, mental strength? Write it down. A goal that lives only in your head is a wish. A goal written down becomes a commitment. Then break that commitment into daily actions. Do not obsess over the mountain. Focus on the next step. Mountains are climbed one step at a time, not in a single leap. You must also learn the art of sacrifice. Every new life requires the death of an old version of you. Maybe you will need to sacrifice late-night habits, constant entertainment, or friendships that keep you small. This is not loss. It is exchange. You are trading temporary pleasure for permanent growth. Imagine meeting yourself 90 days from now. Picture the strength in your posture, the calm in your mind, the discipline in your routine. Imagine no longer doubting whether you can rely on yourself, because you have proven it again and again. That future version of you is watching right now, hoping you decide not to quit. Here is something most people never realize. You do not need a completely new life. You need a new set of daily standards. Raise what you tolerate from yourself. Stop negotiating with your excuses. And remember this powerful truth. Pain is unavoidable, but suffering is optional. The pain of discipline lasts a moment. The pain of regret can last a lifetime. One day you will either say, "I am so glad I started," or "I wish I had started." Decide which sentence you want to live with. So as this moment passes, understand that your transformation is not waiting somewhere in the future. It is waiting inside the choices you make today. Do not underestimate how much your life can shift in 3 focused months. People overestimate what they can do in a day, but massively underestimate what they can do in 90 days of relentless consistency. This is your wake-up call. Stop doubting, stop delaying. Stop telling yourself the story that you have more time than you actually do. Life is moving whether you act or not. Start today. Not when it is convenient, not when it is comfortable, but now. Because the person you are capable of becoming is far too powerful to remain undiscovered. Now understand this. The biggest mistake people make when trying to change their life is that they focus only on results while ignoring identity. If you want a different life, you must become a different person. You cannot keep the same mindset, the same habits, the same discipline level, and expect extraordinary outcomes. Transformation is not about what you achieve. It is about who you become in the process. Because once you become stronger, more focused, and more disciplined, success stops being something you chase. It becomes something you naturally attract. For the next 90 days, you must operate with a level of seriousness that your old self would not even recognize. Stop approaching your goals casually. Casual effort creates casual results. Decide that mediocrity is no longer your home. When you make that decision, something shifts inside you. Your standards rise. Your tolerance for excuses drops. You stop saying, "I will try," and you start saying, "I will do whatever it takes." One of the most powerful habits you can build during this period is keeping promises to yourself. Every time you say you will do something and then you do it, you send a message to your brain. I am a person who follows through. But every time you break a promise to yourself, even a small one, your self-trust weakens. And without self-trust, confidence cannot survive. So start small if you must, but be consistent. If you decide to wake up early, wake up early. If you decide to work for 1 hour without distraction, protect that hour like your future depends on it, because it does. You must also learn to separate feelings from actions. There will be many days when you do not feel like working, improving, or pushing yourself. Do it anyway. Professionals do not wait for the perfect mood. They execute regardless of emotion. Your feelings are temporary, but the life you are building is long-term. Another truth you need to accept is that growth often looks boring from the outside. It is not always dramatic or exciting. Most days it will look like quiet discipline, choosing the book instead of endless scrolling, choosing practice instead of procrastination, choosing patience instead of instant gratification. Do not confuse boredom with lack of progress. Some of the most powerful transformations happen in silence. During these 90 days, distractions will try to pull you back into your old life. Comfort will call your name. Old habits will whisper that one break will not matter. But remember, every distraction is stealing time from the person you are trying to become. Ask yourself often, is this action moving me forward, or is it keeping me stuck? That single question can save you years. You must also become mentally tougher. Life will test your commitment. There will be unexpected problems, stressful days, and moments when quitting feels easier than continuing. In those moments, remind yourself why you started. Weak reasons create weak commitment, but strong reasons create unstoppable persistence. Connect your goals to something deeper than temporary excitement. Maybe you want freedom. Maybe you want to prove to yourself that you are capable of more. Maybe you are tired of living below your potential. Hold on to that reason tightly. Stop seeking approval from people who have never walked the path you are choosing. Not everyone will understand your growth, and that is okay. Growth is often a lonely journey for a while. But loneliness is temporary. Regret is permanent. Let's talk about fear, because fear stops more dreams than failure ever will. Fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough. But what if you looked at fear differently? What if fear was not a stop sign, but a signal pointing toward the direction of growth? Everything you want is on the other side of doing things that challenge you. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that something else is more important. There is also something you must eliminate starting today: the habit of overthinking. Overthinking creates imaginary problems that drain real energy. You do not need to have everything figured out before you begin. Clarity often comes from action, not from endless analysis. Take the step, learn, adjust, and keep moving. Another powerful shift you must make is to stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Social media has made comparison almost automatic, but comparison is a thief. It steals joy, confidence, and focus. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Become a little better each day. That is how real winning happens. As the days pass, you will begin to notice something incredible. The things that once felt difficult will start to feel normal. Discipline will stop feeling like punishment and start feeling like power. You will walk differently, think differently, and carry yourself with quiet certainty. That is what happens when a person realizes they are no longer controlled by moods or excuses. But let me remind you of something important. Do not wait until you reach your goal to feel proud. Be proud of your effort. Be proud of your consistency. Be proud that you refuse to stay the same. Confidence grows when you acknowledge your progress. Protect your mind during this journey. What you listen to, what you watch, and the people you surround yourself with are shaping your future more than you realize. Feed your brain with things that expand you, not things that shrink you. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Design it wisely. There will come a moment, maybe halfway through these 90 days, when the excitement fades and the finish line still feels far away. This is the phase where most people quit, not because they are incapable, but because they are impatient. Do not let impatience destroy what consistency is building. Greatness is always under construction. Also remember that rest is not weakness. Recovery is part of strength. The goal is not to burn yourself out. It is to build sustainable discipline. Move forward with intensity, but also with intelligence. Each night, before you sleep, ask yourself one question. Did I move closer to the person I want to become today? If the answer is yes, sleep with peace. If the answer is no, do not drown in guilt. Simply commit to being better tomorrow. As you approach the end of these 90 days, you will realize something powerful. The limits you once believed in were never real. They were stories created by doubt and reinforced by inaction. And now, through daily proof, you have rewritten those stories. One day soon someone will look at you and say, "You changed." And you will smile, not because it was easy, but because it was worth it. Never forget this. Small daily improvements create unstoppable momentum. You do not need giant leaps. You need unwavering steps. So if you are listening to this right now, take it as a personal challenge. Do not let another year pass wishing you had started earlier. 90 days from now, life will not ask whether you felt ready. It will show the results of what you chose to do today. The door to your new life is not locked. It has never been locked, but it will not open by itself. You must turn the handle, and that handle is action. There comes a moment in every person's life when they must decide, will I continue living the same story, or will I have the courage to rewrite it? Most people wait for the perfect time. They say, I'll start when things calm down, when I feel ready, when motivation comes back. But the truth is, the perfect time does not exist. Life will always be busy. Challenges will always appear. Fear will always try to convince you to stay where you are. Winners are not the people who waited. Winners are the people who started before they felt ready. Imagine yourself 90 days from now. Close your eyes and picture it for a moment. Picture the stronger version of you. Waking up with purpose, moving with confidence, no longer controlled by laziness or doubt. Imagine looking back at today and feeling grateful that you refused to delay your growth any longer. Because here is a truth many people learn too late. Time moves forward whether you improve or not. The days will pass anyway. The question is not whether 90 days will go by. The question is who you will become when they do. Pain is part of transformation, not suffering, but the discomfort of growth. Muscles grow by being stretched. Minds grow by being challenged. Character grows when you refuse to quit. Stop interpreting difficulty as a sign that something is wrong. Difficulty is often proof that something is changing. You must become addicted to progress, not perfection. Progress. Perfection is impossible, but progress is always available. Some days your progress will look big. Other days it will be tiny. Both count. Both matter. Let go of the version of yourself that keeps choosing comfort over expansion. Comfort is beautiful, but nothing grows there. Everything you want, confidence, success, respect, freedom, lives outside the comfort zone. And understand this clearly. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. When you discipline your habits, you are telling yourself, my future matters, my dreams matter, I matter. Self-love is not only positive affirmations. Sometimes it is holding yourself accountable. There will be people who doubt your change. Some may even remind you of who you used to be. Do not argue with them. Do not try to prove anything with words. Let your consistency speak so loudly that explanations become unnecessary. Remember, the goal of these 90 days is not just external success. It is internal transformation. It is about becoming someone who no longer negotiates with excuses. Excuses are incredibly convincing. They sound logical. They sound harmless. Just one more day. I'll start Monday. I deserve a break. But stacked together, these small excuses quietly build an average life. You were not built for an average life. There is greatness inside you that has been waiting patiently for you to make a decision. And the beautiful thing about decision is that it can happen in a single second. Right now could be that second. The moment you stop hoping for change and start choosing it. Do not underestimate what focused effort can do. History is filled with people who change their entire life in a relatively short period simply because they committed fully. Half effort creates half lives. Full commitment creates extraordinary ones. From today forward, raise your standards. Stop tolerating habits that are pulling you away from your future. Speak to yourself with strength. Walk with intention. Protect your time like it is your most valuable currency, because it is the only currency you can never earn back. Another mindset shift you must adopt is this. Stop fearing failure and start fearing regret. Failure teaches, regret haunts. Years from now, you do not want to be the person who whispers, I wonder what would have happened if I had tried. Try, give your all, discover your limits, and then go beyond them. As these 90 days unfold, you will notice your resilience growing. Things that once overwhelmed you will no longer have the same power. Your emotional control will improve. Your focus will sharpen. You will begin to trust yourself in a way you never have before, and self-trust changes everything. When you trust yourself, you stop needing constant reassurance. You stop shrinking to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You stop doubting every step forward. Instead, you become unstoppable. Not because life becomes easy, but because you become stronger. Let me remind you of something very important. You do not have to transform your entire life overnight. All you have to do is win today, then repeat tomorrow. Win the morning, win the afternoon, win the evening. Stack those wins daily and watch how unstoppable momentum forms. There may be mornings when getting out of bed feels like a battle. Get up anyway. There may be days when your energy is low. Show up anyway. There may be moments when quitting feels tempting. Stay anyway. Strength is built in those invisible moments when nobody is watching and you choose growth over comfort. And one day, and sooner than you think, the habits you struggled to maintain will become part of who you are. Discipline will feel natural. Focus will feel effortless. Confidence will radiate from you without forcing it. People will ask, what changed? And the answer will be simple. You did not quit. Understand this. Your future self is watching you right now through the decisions you make. Make choices today that your future self will thank you for, not resent you for. Do not let fear shrink your dreams. Dreams are not given to you by accident. They are given to you because somewhere deep inside, you already have the potential to achieve them. You are far more capable than you have ever proven to yourself. Now imagine the version of you at the end of these 90 days standing in front of the mirror. The posture is different. The eyes are sharper. The mind is calmer. The confidence is real. That version of you is not a fantasy. That version is a result. And the process starts today. So draw a line in your life, a line between who you used to be and who you are becoming. Let today be remembered as the day you stopped waiting for motivation and started building discipline. The day you stopped doubting and started executing. The day you chose growth over fear. No more delaying, no more overthinking, no more settling. Your new life is not coming someday. It is created by what you do next. Take the first step today, then take another tomorrow. Stay relentless, stay focused, stay hungry for growth. Because 90 days from now, you will either have results or reasons. Make sure you have results. Start today and don't look back.